everybody, it's J. Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the March 27th, 2018 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details, as we have a run-up to Easter with often overlooked details of the Easter Passion story. Today is the second in a two-part message regarding Palm Sunday. We talked yesterday about the importance of Palm Sunday as the day of selection, where the Jewish families would choose their Passover lamb, the one that was going to take their punishment, so to speak, their atonement, make atonement for them on Passover when that lamb would be slain, and then consumed by them as sustenance, literally, for the Passover meal. Now, we talked about how interesting it was that at the very moment that the high priest was going outside the walls of Jerusalem to select the national Passover lamb, Jesus, the ultimate Lamb of God, was literally coming through the gates of Jerusalem and up through the streets to the temple, just as the Passover lamb was being led at the same time. And interestingly, the people were saying the exact same thing to both the Lamb of God and that little animal lamb. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Now, today, I want to focus on something else. When you think about Palm Sunday, you of course think about palms and the fact that the people were waving them. What a lot of people do not understand is that at the time of Christ, the palm had become a national emblem. And so waving it would have been the equivalent of waving an American flag. It had a political connotation as well as any kind of a religious one. And so you can imagine how the Roman officials felt when they saw all these palm branches waving during Passover season, a time when Jerusalem would be crammed with well over 1 million, if not more, people. And so it would have been a frightening thing, frankly, for the Romans. They would have definitely feared a political uprising, especially concerning because Jesus, we are told in the Gospels, entered Jerusalem on a donkey. And this was the way that the Jewish kings were to enter into their coronation. This began with King Solomon, the greatest, you may say, of all of the kings, certainly in terms of social status and money and global influence, King Solomon. And yet, in humility, he rode to his coronation on a donkey. Again, can you imagine the political undertones of Jesus coming into Jerusalem on a donkey with people waving palm branches? Where had they gotten the palm branches? The main road coming up because Jerusalem is on a Mount Moriah, literally, is from Jericho. Jericho is known as the City of Palms. And so it is very likely that as the participants in Passover were making their way up to Jerusalem, most of them would have passed through Jericho. And especially if they were with Jesus, they saw him moving in their direction, they would have gotten those palm branches and they were trying to acknowledge him not only as a great religious teacher, but also as a king. This very quick desire on the part of the people to treat Christ as the king, as the coming king, as the earthly Messiah that they thought was going to come and bring back the glory of David and Solomon and throw out the Romans. This is going to turn very quickly, as we know. We will talk about that when we talk about the trials of Jesus. But that is for another edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. I hope you're having a wonderful and meaningful Holy Week. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me again on more The Bible, Delight in the Details.